Hey guys, it's Varney here, another Tuesday, another vault. This is Season 2 of Dragonflight, Week 13. And looking at my saved instances screenshot, we got a fair amount of content done. We did a couple heroic runs, I think 5 or 6 heroic runs, but some of the keys were definitely lacking. I did not get a key done on every character, but most of my characters are kind of nearing, not completion I would say, but like almost done. So I've been kind of less interested in getting that for every character. What is this? Move that off the screen, sorry. Okay. So let's just go ahead and get started. We'll just do some of the characters that had one box, which I believe... Start with the druid then. So pretty much all of my characters at this point are 435, so they're missing like small incremental upgrades like raid trinkets and 447 embellishes, 447 crafted gear. Outside of that, there's not a whole lot to get, so I've definitely been a little less enthused to do anymore. We have 111, that's it on the druid. I don't even know what I could get. I guess I would take like a boomkin trinket, so we'll just go for that. If not, we'll take the 2 tokens and get a socket next week. A haste mastery neck, which is actually pretty good. It's on the same track as my current one. I'd have to regem it, but haste is definitely better than verse. Yeah, I think we take the stat upgrade. I mean, we can't get a socket this week, so if we delay it, it's no big deal. Yeah, not bad, considering. And it's going to be free to upgrade with Crest, obviously, so... Not bad at all. Alright, we got the Monk who did a 16. Monk is like, what, 441, I think? So, not a whole lot for him to get. I do need to get some Aspect Crest and like fill out the rest of his stuff, but I haven't really been playing him as much, so... He'll get done when it gets done. No real reason to rush it. Brew, even after the nerf, Brew is still pretty good in dungeons. I still do quite a lot of damage. So at a 16, what are we hoping for? Something on the myth track. I guess like the Dargrul trinket? Or a cape? Or a myth track of this neck, the Understone Gorget. Gorget? I think it's Gorget. Anyway. So we'll set it to Windwalker and pray. Or, I guess I'll also take a Krog Tusk. Sky Shard Ring. Oh, that's not it. Crit Haste. Oh, no. I think that's terrible. I think we're taking the 2 tokens. Which I don't have any, so this will be a slow start to a socket eventually. Well, the perils of having one vault. Alright, who else has got one vault? The Evoker and the Rogue. I did do Heroic Sark last week on the Evoker. Of course, I did not get the Legendary. Still building up that bad luck protection. Eventually, we're hoping to see it. I'll probably open as DPS, because I'd like to get another DPS trinket for augmentation. Like Iridius Fragment. What else do we need? I guess any of the Myth Track hero or Myth Track tier pieces we could use. We have Chest, but the rest could go, you know, small upgrade to 447. We'll just stay as DPS, see what we get. Another Sky Shard Ring. This is the exact ring my monk got. What are the odds of that? And I'm wearing a Sky Shard Ring. But it is Myth Track with Avoidance. I mean, sure. What the fuck? I feel like I see duplicates of rings so often, even though there's so many rings in the pool. But upgrades are upgrades. We're not going to complain. Alright, and the Rogue also did 116. And he's also sitting around 440. So not a whole lot for him to get either. I've got like 6 or 7 characters approaching the 440 plus range, so it's starting to kind of peter off there. And I don't do enough keys on them to like fully fill up their gear with aspect crests. With a rogue, what could I use? Myth track chest, myth track loaded dice, bracers. That's really it. We'll stay a sub for a chance at a dagger. 441 myth cape, crit verse, which is a stat upgrade, but I lose the speed. I think I'm just gonna take tokens. I mean, crit mastery is already pretty good. Crit verse is like a very small upgrade, but it doesn't have speed. I'd rather have a socket. I don't have sockets on this character, so I'm pretty behind on those. So next week we can pick up a socket. Okay, and then the rest of these characters did some combination of raid plus a dungeon. So we'll just go ahead and go through them. The warrior did a full clear, 9 of 9 heroic, and a 16. I did end up getting the Sark cape last week, so that was kind of cool. I think it's kind of a meme, but an interesting meme nonetheless. Like, what are we hoping for? We have Ashkander. We're gonna get a 447 weapon this week, so we don't really care about that. I will go arms, obviously, because I don't want tank trinkets. I guess from the raid we could use like chromatic essence. I mean, a myth track tier piece, I suppose. There's not a whole lot. Beacon would be okay. I don't really want a beacon for the warrior, but it would be okay, I guess. Okay, well, this is not what you want to see at all. 437 bracers, which we have. I guess these are slightly better statted. A mastery verse neck, which is not great. Same track that we're on. Hero legs with haste verse, which is good for prot, but I wouldn't use it for fury, which is what I primarily play. And then crit verse tier legs, which are the bad slots, so we don't really want those. They are on the myth track, but we don't really want them. I think we're just going to take a socket, and we'll socket our helm. Or our ring, and it's woof. Not a good start to the raid characters, but it is what it is. Alright, next we've got the Warlock. So my lowest 3 characters were last week were the Warlock, the Warrior, and the Hunter, so I did do heroic on all of those. And they were either like right at 435 or right under it. They're my lowest. I think my Hunter's my lowest at 432. So we are nearing like the finish line here for most of these characters. And pretty much all of them need like at least 1 raid trinket, so I'm going to try to do 3 or 4 heroics a week just to get a chance at raid trinkets. Warlock didn't really get any upgrades last week. I did do a full heroic clear and a 12. I don't foresee the 12 being an upgrade. That's a 434 hero track piece. What are we looking for? I mean, raid trinket. We'd love to see Vessel, Flowstone, Chromatic Essence. I would take a hero track chest, I suppose. Better neck. Crit masteries are pretty bad. So I'd take like any kind of haste mastery neck or mastery haste neck, like the Uldaman one. Okay, again, not really what we're looking for here. Some hero track boots, but that's in a crafted embellish slot. A mastery verse neck, which is statted better. Verse is pretty bad, but it's heavy mastery. I'd be trading heavy crit. Hero track legs, which we have. And the same ring, which we have, but it's on a hero track. Or I take a socket. I could use a socket. I think I'm just going to craft a neck at some point, so I think I am just going to take the socket. Man, we're just not super lucky with these raid trinkets, huh? We did finally get a beacon last week, but the other raid trinkets kind of elude me. We'll just put it on our crafted belt. We'll socket it later. Alright, then we've got the Hunter. Hunter did 7 heroic, I think. I did not do a full clear, it was like a late night pug. So I did 7 heroic and then I did a 12. So we'll be getting 4 slots again, 1 434 dungeon track, and then 3 heroic raid pieces. I did get a bomb dispenser, which was pretty dirty. So we're actually doing pretty well on trinkets. We'd like to see a neck. A new ring would be cool. A new belt, because the stats on this belt are awful. And I guess if I could get another raid trinket, that would be decent. Chromatic Essence. Flowstone's okay. Or the class trinket from Neltharion. That's really it. He went up like 5 or 6 item levels last week, so I was pretty happy with that. Okay. There's the same fucking ring, man. I've seen that ring, what, 3 times this week. We're probably not taking that. Crit Ace is not... I guess it's actually decent for BM. It's worth considering. I forget BM actually likes Crit Haste. Then we've got Hero Track Gloves with Avoidance. Ooh. And I'm using Champion Gloves. So those are a direct upgrade with Bis stats. Hero Boots, which are a slight stat upgrade. And a Flowstone, which is technically an item level downgrade over the Spear Fragment. But I think, like in AoE, the Spear Fragment is really solid. I don't know how good the Flowstone is. Let me take a look. It's not great for BM. It's passable for Marksman. I mean, realistically, we would want any other trinket from like the Mega Dungeon or Loaded Dice or the Raid. Just, this is like the worst raid trinket. Well, So then it's, do I take a ring with good stats, or do I, like, I feel like these hero gloves with avoidance are just better. Yeah, I'm gonna take the hero gloves. I don't really care about the socket right now. I mean, it's a, what, 7 item level upgrade, new track, and avoidance. 432. Okay, cool. That's a decent pickup there. So we've got the Paladin left. The Paladin also did a full clear of heroic plus an 11. So a 431 dungeon slot, 3 heroic raid slots. Last week I did get a beacon on this guy, but it was an LFR beacon, so I took it. I have not used it yet. It's still just sitting in my bags. LFR beacon with avoidance. So what could we use? I mean, really any of the strength trinkets. Anvil would be good. A Neltharion would be a decent upgrade. Beacon, Essence. I mean, it's the same story on every single character. And I guess a neck would be an upgrade. Crit Mastery is not a very good neck, so those are what we're looking to replace. We'll go as Rhett. Ooh, okay, not what we want to see. Just these raid trinkets are something else. Crit Haste neck, which is not great either. Haste Mastery legs, which are okay. But I have the same hero track. Same chest I have. And an Iridius Fragment with avoidance. Is that ever better? Like, Mastery's like a decent stat, I think. It's kind of interesting. Problem is, it says 3-minute CD, which is not good. Not good at all. Or we take a socket, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's actually good for Rhett. What am I using for Rhett? Class Trinket and Signal Flare? Which the Signal Flare is not great either. I mean, they're about equivalent. They're both pretty meh. I think I'm just gonna take a socket again. We're just not getting the hits we want, and the socket is gonna be like the most consistent upgrade instead of like these weird memey niche picks. So, well, okay.
The widest selection. Any
Definitely sucks to do the raid and not see the raid trinkets, but that's the way she goes this season. That's kind of been the same song and dance for the whole season. All right, 2 characters left. Shaman did a 17, and I did 5 of 9 heroic. I am going to be gearing this character this week. I think I'm going to be playing it for Mythic Echo of Neltharion. Shadow really struggles. Enhance is melee, so it's got pretty good uptime and it's pretty consistent cleave, so we're probably going to be finishing out this character this week. So we're going to make sure we're enhanced loot spec. We did do a couple, 2 heroic raid slots into 17, so we're hoping for bomb dispenser, essence. I guess a myth track weapon would be okay. Myth track of this neck would be good. Myth track of this ring would be good. We're going to be finishing out the rest of his crafted gear this week, so we'll be doing a lot of 16s probably. And again, we are not seeing what we want to see. Man, just some bad rolls. Tier legs we already have. First crit ring, which is terrible stats. Actually, the worst stats you could get for enhance. And then the myth track chest is actually decent. It sucks because like the stats are awful, but you have to take this because you're using an embellish in your one-off slot in your gloves. So we will take the myth track chest. It is a small upgrade. Just not anything exciting, I guess. You know, I'm hoping for something exciting, and that is not not a crit versus chest piece. But you know, upgrades are upgrades. We need a boatload of aspects this week. We're gonna craft a weapon. We're gonna craft 447 gloves. We're probably gonna craft a 447 ring, and then we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 pieces to upgrade to 441, so got a lot of aspects to grind. And the last character is going to be the DK. The DK did a full heroic clear, and I actually got into a mythic pug on Sunday that cleared 4 of 9 mythic, so I will have 1 mythic slot in there, which is kind of interesting. And in that mythic run, I did pick up a mythic anvil from the amalgamation chamber with leech, which is really, really good. It actually does like 10% of my damage on a single target almost. Okay, so what do we want? I mean, I think Beacon. Beacon or Essence are the obvious answers. I guess I would also take a Mythic Amalgamation Ring. I can't really think of anything else. Like, most of this gear is already, 447 or on the Myth track, so I guess if I got 450 tier, that would be cool, but it's very unlikely to get really lucky. That is not what you want to see. Okay, the Mythic Cloak, which we have an embellish on, so we can't take it. Hero Gloves, which we have Myth Track Gloves, and the Hero Chest, which we already have. So it's going to be a socket. Man, we are just not hitting what we want to hit. That's what, 5, 6 sockets this week? Well, I guess take what you can get at this point. We're probably going to put it on the helm. Neck bracers, belt rings. These rings are not amazing. The helm we will use, so we'll probably just stick it on the helm for now. Okay, cool. Actually, let me get on a character who did a dungeon. I am curious what the affixes were for the week. We'll just take a look at those real quick, and then we will end the video here so I don't trail on too long. Been trying to keep it below 30 minutes. So what do we got? Fortified, Afflicted, Raging. Ugh. Well, if you have people who can dispel, it's good. Good thing I'll be playing a hybrid this week, so I'll be fine. Tanks might have to be a little careful with the pulls, because Raging is sometimes scary if you pull like 2 casters who need to be CC'd. But yeah, not the worst week. Anyway, hope you guys had some good vaults. I'll be streaming on Twitch this week, twitch.tv/Veronix, VERONYX. Come and hang out, say hi, etc. And we will see you next week. Peace.